catching them young is something the festival attempts to achieve.
Some of the highlights of the Lagos Book and Art Festival are the workshops organized for children. Now, behind me is a workshop on creative writing. Mrs. Mobolaji Adenubi, a veteran writer, is teaching these children how to create characters, how to stay persistent in writing to make sure that you finish your stories, and how to generally create the kind of fiction works that can excite readers.
Have a writing jotter, a particular one for ideas. Write ideas at the back. So when this idea comes, you put it there and you continue with this one that you're working on. It's always good to persevere. Don't, because a new idea has come, abandon this one and go on. See how well you can go with this one. Writing involves using your imagination. Imagination is the thing that makes something that is not real. You sit back and it hasn't happened, it doesn't exist, and you are the only one sitting there thinking about it. And yes, as you think about it, it has a body, it is real, it actually talks. As a matter of fact, for you to write well, you must have your characters in your head and they must be talking. If they don't talk, you don't know them yet. And when they talk, you will find that they talk in different ways. So you can tell whether that is John that is talking, whether that is Bisola. Don't be worried about people thinking you are mad. You are mad. You are mad because you love writing. So you have to be mad to write. So when you are busy talking to these people, this thing in your head, and people look at you and say, hey, look at that one talking to herself or himself. It's okay, because you are going to put all of that into writing someday.
And the children get the chance to practice writing short stories.
I want to tell you a tale about a story never still, where everybody fights for her rights and everyone has her plight. The world is so small, I can say. You just have to explore, so don't be scared. You have to live your life your way. You just don't bother about what people say. I know I can do it even if I'm not the best. Just be on your own and leave the rest. You know you did it from your heart. God will do his part. You can say I'm boring. I can't pass the test. Point of correction, I was born to be awesome and not perfect.
It was when we were focusing on our creativity and our imagination. Just wanted to see how well we could write and how we could put our imagination to use.
I believe strongly in having writing classes for children because beyond making them writers in the future, it also helps them to process their thoughts. It helps them with the way they think. So that's what we've been doing. We've been telling stories. We wrote flash fiction, and then we learned all our stories about girls because we said, we have enough stories about boys going on adventures, one girls going on adventures, and I've been totally blown away by the quality of the thoughts in the minds of these 12, 13-year-olds. It's very important that we should write more for children than we're writing for adults. Like I've been advocating all these years. I tell people that when you don't write for children, who's going to grow up to read your books? When you're writing books for literary books, who are the people that will read your books when you don't write for children? Who are going to be your inventors when you don't have stories about things taking place in outer space, things taking place down beneath the earth? Who are going to be your inventors? Who are the ones that will design spacecrafts? Who are the ones that will invent new things when you don't have stories that will stir your children's imagination? So it's the same thing that is very, very important. You have these children thinking outside the box, thinking beyond, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an accountant, I want to be a lawyer. Have them sit down together, have writing classes, have writing exercises that will stir their imagination. We need to stir the imagination of people living in this country.
The Book and Arts Festival was started by two visionary young men in their early 30s in the 1990s. But what inspired it, and how do they feel about its progress?
5 years after Soyinka's Nobel, had manuscripts that nobody was publishing. The structural adjustment program had taken its toll. Book publishers in Ibadan were collapsing. So we said, why not, a book festival? A reading, something some kind of festival that incorporates a lot of all the arts together.
We're contented that we've seen gradually people who ordinarily would not have taken the book or take the book seriously or engage the book or encounter the book, generally coming to terms with living with books and buying books. I was happy yesterday when I saw people carrying bags of books, whether they will read them or not, because I have a lot of books I've not read too. It doesn't matter, but at least you have the book sitting in your home. It becomes part of the things, the treasures in your house. In terms of public participation, it is not about the volume. It is actually the quality of engagement, the quality of the mind that came to the play, the kind of discussion that goes on, that somebody can leave a hall and ask himself, okay, so this Niger Delta issue is actually an important issue. Why have I not been thinking about it? So that when next he hears a statement from political leaders or economic leaders, or when next he read something in the paper that deals with that kind of Niger Delta, he's better informed. It is about literacy. The LABAF is about literacy and spreading knowledge. That's what. So we're not bothered whether there's a mass volume of people, but then we are also working on the idea of connecting or generating new audiences and connecting the festival to new people.
From what you see, it's still a long distance journey. It's a work in progress. We're not anywhere close to destination. It does seem to me that 16 years after, that there's a whole lot of overhaul still needs to happen, but you have people coming, you have there's some core audience, but how to make this exponential is the next piece of work.